What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome to the Welsh Way here with Aberystwyth Town. Now, I've slightly gone against what I said. I wanted to do a live comment the last game of the season against TNS, but I decided to delay that off and do the last game of our whole entire season, not just the league season, by doing the Welsh Cup final. And the reason for this is because going into the league table, sadly we finished second place. In the end of the season, we just really let ourselves go, really let ourselves down, and ended up costing us the league. And we lost way too many games. So last year, we lost 6 games, yes, but won 20 games this season. We've won 23, yes, okay, we've done better this season, but TNS, they were pretty much unbeatable and unstoppable. We managed to beat them once this season, but apart from that, they beat us every other time. And really, we just couldn't compete with them. And it's gutting not to get Champions League football because it will be absolutely massive. But at least we are a bit, at least we're way ahead of the rest of the league. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th can't compete with us, I don't believe. Okay, they beat us occasionally, but the points difference between us and TNS between 3rd and 4th is so massive. TNS's squad will strengthen so much over the summer. I'll actually go into the transfers right now and show you because they signed a hell of a lot of players. Farah is an absolute beast of a player. Robert Earnshaw has been amazing. We were able to spend 12.75k on a player like Alan Walker, and it's all because they're a professional club as well. I mean, I try to attract players like this, and I get nowhere. It's because we're not a professional team. We have really limited capabilities of who's willing to sign for us, and which is why we depend mostly on our youth players, because we're just unable to sign the likes of these players and unable to really look outside Wales for star players, which will hopefully influence our squad. And this is, that is partly an excuse, but hopefully next season with our young players that we have been using this year, a little bit more developed, a little bit better, we can, push forward next season, because we still have the best defence in the league, and we still have a very good attack in the league. It's just that TNS had an absolutely brilliant season, which really couldn't be stopped, and they were able to run away with it. So fixtures since I last met you off was the Preston 2-0 defeat. So we ended up beating Bangor City 4-1 with an own goal, David Hislop scoring, James O'Neill and Ryan Davis. We beat Port Talbot in the Welsh Cup quarter-final. David Hislop and Eddie Hislop, the brothers, both scoring. Bala, we beat them 1-0 with Jack Christopher scoring a very late winner. We then faced TNS in the league. We lost 3-2 to them. James O'Neill put up a brave fight to try and overcome them, but the 89th-minute goal was nothing more. We couldn't do anything better, which is real disappointing considering they had a man sent off and they still managed to dominate the game. It just shambles. They really were better than us this season. Port Talbot, we beat them 2-0. Disappointingly, we drew 0-0 with Bangor City, which meant we had to win our last 2 games of the season. The hope TNS lost their last 2 games of the season to allow us to win the league. We beat Preston 1-0. But TNS won their game as well, so TNS will crown champions a game before the end of the season, which is why I didn't live com the last game of the season, because there was nothing really to play for and I didn't really see the need, and plus I was going to come back for the Welsh Cup final, having beat Bangor City 1-0, so I decided, we'll wait a few more days and do the final. But we also lost to TNS in the Welsh League Cup final, and we played pretty well in this game, probably didn't deserve to lose 2-0. Okay, they had a lot more shots and shots on target than us, but we had a lot of the ball, we had a lot of the possession, we had a poor team going forward. James O'Neill and David Hislop weren't scoring. We had a few kick opportunities as well, a lot fell to David Hislop, which is why he got such a poor match rating. But really frustrated that we couldn't win that game. Of course, losing the last game of the season as well, 1-0, isn't great. And we're going to the Welsh Cup final, not really on great morale because we've lost 2 games in a row to the same team. Still, we keep our heads high, we keep our hopes high, and we think that, and I think that anyway, we have still a great possibility of winning this Welsh Cup final and walking away with our first ever Welsh Cup title. And sadly, this season hasn't gone the way I wanted it to be. We had the potential to win a treble, but sadly we've walked away. We could walk away potentially with nothing. Really quickly as well, this is just reminding me, we've got a few youth players entering the squad from the youth intake, I should say, sorry. I'm just going to quickly go over the ones that have actually entered the first team squad already, just because I think they're a good enough quality. So Alan Fraser, Fraser's probably correct, I don't know why I said Fraser. He's coming 16 years of age, left back. I find the left back position real troubling for us. We don't really have an amazing player. This guy looks very, very good according to reports. He's a brilliant player. So I think for the upcoming season, he will definitely be our starting left back. Sorry. 5 appearances so far this season. Pretty much as soon as I got him in the youth intake, I put him in the starting 11. Played pretty well, 6.92 rating, and for a 16-year-old, I think that's capable. And overall, he's got some very nice stats. Good to see he's got good determination, work rate. Hopefully that will help push him to the next level of footballer. Overall, very good left back. Next guy was Stuart Watts. Centre mid / defensive mid. He'll be coming in as a third choice centre mid next season. Good Welsh Premier League side. Has the potential to be a star Welsh Premier League player. Again, very good determination and work rate, which is what I like to see. Technically, he's pretty good as well. Passing, creativity. Overall, a very nice, well-rounded centre mid. And the fact he's got a little bit defensive in him is good to see as well, which means I'm willing to play him in either of these centre mid roles. Elsewhere, we've got Terry Whitehouse in, a young goalkeeper. He'll be our backup goalkeeper for next season. 16 years of age. Very good report on him. Potential-wise anyway. Currently, he's not too great. But our backup keeper last season, again, wasn't too great, so I don't really mind bringing Terry Whitehouse in. Colin Hughes is a guy as well, centre mid. Not got the best report on him so far, but when we look at our centre mid positions, we see Rhys Devlin, who is a right back, so that's not going to do. Jack Christopher is a striker, that's not going to do. Samir James is an alright centre mid, but his potential has dropped drastically. So this is why Colin Hughes has come into the squad and is our 4th choice centre mid. And overall, again, pretty nice player, nothing amazing, but nothing terrible. Got new guy's pace and acceleration on him. A little bit of aggression, which I like to see in a player. So overall, happy with that youth intake, happy with that centre mid. And who else did we bring? Thomas Jones, he come in, left mid. Again, left mid position, we're kind of weak according to report, but Ryan Davis has had an absolutely amazing season and is considered for Player of the Year, so I don't really see a need to improve too much there. And since Ryan Davis is doing so good, considering he's 5 silver stars, I don't really see the point of not bringing Thomas Jones in, who's got a good report on him, good potential report on him, alright currently, a decent Welsh Premier League player. So he'll come in, pretty nice pace, shame about his strength, not as very good, but determination, teamwork and work rate are all nice as well, 15 years of age as well, so we've got time to improve some of these stats, so I'm not too worried about them. Who else as well? Gareth Noble, centre back, very nice determination, work rate and aggression. He'll definitely be someone entering the fray at the starting 11 next season. He'll probably be behind Corey Sinnott and Hamilton Davis as our 3rd choice centre back. And the last couple of guys, Gary Poole, another centre mid, he's our 5th choice though, so won't really feature too much, alright player. And Wine, I don't really know how to pronounce that first name, but James, Baldy at 15, it's quite tragic. He's going to be our 4th? Yeah, 4th choice striker next season. Maybe 4th choice, yeah. And overall, very nice stats as well. Good to see he's got a bit of built-in composure, and hopefully he can do very well in the future. Only 15 years of age, so a long time still left to develop. So a lot of good youth intake coming in, and I think it's nice to see that 2 of them already, one of them's already in the starting 11 and a few are on the bench. So, clearly, I think the strength of the squad is improving. And one more thing I want to point out is, Hamilton Davis, he's been playing for the under-19s, I believe. He's capped at under-19s level, but he's been called up to the squad. And as of recently, Stephen Price was called up to the squad as well, I believe. I don't know if that would pop up. Maybe some form. Because I believe, he was, there you go. He was called up into the squad and actually played. I didn't actually realise that. He did play as well for what I'm guessing is the full game. Because it doesn't say sub. So, he ended up playing in the full game, Stephen Price. And, obviously he's a good player. Obviously I know he's a good player. He's got very good potential and he has been, a backup player for the right mid. But we have Gary Pren. And he's an absolute beast of a player. He's been playing very, very well. He's out for 3 months, which is why Price has come in right near the end of the season. And I think next season I'll probably start putting Price in, because if he's being noticed by the under-19s of Wales, only 16 years of age, clearly he's got potential in him and I need to start using him. And he's got very nice determination work rate as well, which again, pushes stats up to that next level that I want them to be. So that's the youth intake. And we're just going to go into this game. So this is going to be the team. You've probably seen it now. Only rule changes from a regular team is Watts, Price and Fraser. Apart from that, it's a pretty bog standard team for us. And we're going to go out there against TNS because I did want I didn't want 3 TNS games at the end of the season, but now I kind of regret that because they're on the they are very, very close to getting a treble, and really it's up to me to try and prevent that. And I don't want them getting a treble because that would be completely demoralising. Because how close we were last season to getting it. So passionately, we owe them. Let's go out there and get revenge, because it was only on the Wednesday midweek we had to play our last game of the season early because of this fixture, the FA Cup having to fall on, the Welsh Cup, sorry, having to fall on this Saturday. So it should be fresh in our minds, fresh in the memory of the players, and we need to go out there and perform very, very well to beat a TNS team that are absolutely on form, had an amazing season all year round, and basically be the underdogs, which is what we've been for most of the first 2 years, and we've definitely, overcome the underdog tag a lot in the past few seasons. We need to do it one more time here today. So start off this game, TNS have pretty much dominated for the first few minutes, but I think we have a chance here if we can build up the play in the right way. No, we don't. Watts is a bit lackluster, flat-footed, and gets dispossessed. Now they're attacking down the right very well. Cleared away, but very, very good save. That was a thunderous shot, and the keeper had to do well there. Get this corner away as well, and hopefully we can create a counter-attack, but no. No, is that the goalkeeper? I think I just realised the goalkeeper was out there for the throw-in for some reason. That was bizarre. Anyway, yeah, I've just noticed that, well, not just noticed, but over the course of the end of the season, I noticed our strikers haven't been playing as well as they normally have. So, they haven't been scoring as many goals, which is quite, which isn't bad, because they still score like 1 or 2 goals every 2 games. But based upon history and based on the past few seasons, they normally normally score quite a few goals in one game. So they'll score, 2, 3 a game, or maybe they'll both score 2 or something like that. But we haven't really had a big win for a while now, and I'm not really sure why. I guess it's just that maybe our form dipped near the end of the season. Price with a little bit of a chance there, and really should have done a lot better with his header. But yeah, I say our form was dipped near the end of the season, and kind of just want to get this season over and done with now. Focus on next year and focus on trying to win the title yet again, because absolutely gutted not to have won it for a second year running. And really the important thing is gutted not to get Champions League football, as Farah scores the 13th goal of the season. He's an absolute nightmare in this game for me. He is definitely one of TNS's best players, if not the best player. And he's completely unmarked in the box. It's way too easy to score. That is, we are not doing very well. We are being dominated as per usual against TNS. And the thing is, there is nothing I can really do. I don't want to go defensive, because that means we're just surrendering the ball to them even more. They'll dominate possession as well as shots and things like that. And I don't want to go control, because, well, then we're just leaving ourselves opening in defence as Farah scores another way too easy goal. I don't know what's happening to the centre-backs. They just sort of wandered away and just gave him space. How can you be given that much space? Look at that. They just wandered ahead. 2 of them went after Draper, and it gives him a way too easy of a time. There was no way that was offside either, so I don't know what Sinnott is complaining about. This has been the stereotypical past 2 games against TNS as well. Just been unable to, and you know what, I've really had enough. Show me something in the second half, because right now we're not seeing a team that we have been for pretty much all this season. I mean, we lost 2-1 against Dynamo. How can we be losing and really putting up no fight against TNS? I mean, they are a professional team, yes, but they're not too far ahead of us in terms of quality. Okay, they have the occasional absolute monsters, but not enough to be completely dominating us like this. Davis in there with Price. Stephen Price scores first goal of the season for him, giving us a little bit of a way back as well. Where he got one big ball into the box from a set piece from Ryan Davis. Finds his opposite winger Price. Maybe offside, I don't really tell from that line, but I don't really care. Good to see the youngster picking up a goal in an Aberystwyth shirt. And, maybe with a little bit of a fight back, we need to prevent this shot. Oof. That was very, very close there by Greg Draper. Have another set piece here. Davis. Sinnott is there. Oh my God, Sinnott. How did he miss that? We're going to bring the Hislop change. And we're going to take Watts off and bring Colin Hughes on. And swap them 2 around. How did Corey Sinnott miss that opportunity? Here's Ryan Davis. really just to cancel the change if something happens. As David Hislop is there, O'Neill, we will cancel the change. Somehow, oh no, it was offside. Oh, I was going to say somehow we pulled it back. I'm going to still make the change for one of the players out of the two. We're going to keep David Hislop on just because he set up that not goal. You know, at least he was playing alright. And I think it's time we do make that change. We'll bring Eddie Hislop on the right. And I guess we'll make a defensive change just to wrap this one off. Last 15 minutes of the game we'll go attacking because, well, we'll have nothing to lose at this point. Actually, no, balls. There you go, we'll have nothing to lose now. 15, 13 minutes, 12-10. Time is a-ticking. First highlight since going attacking. Hopefully this will be our highlight. And hopefully this will be a goal for us as David Hislop picks up the ball out on the left. Gets it onto his right foot, pays it back to Noble. Noble whips this one in. Eddie Hislop. James O'Neill gets in there. Oh no, it's been offside again. Oh. Eddie Hislop was offside. I was about to say there was no way James O'Neill was. Oh. Oh. Very unlucky. I think that was Hughes there, the youngster. Oh man, 2 goals disallowed for offside. That is really unfair for James O'Neill. Hughes plays this one to Hislop. Hislop get back on his right foot, plays it back. Building up the play nicely. Eddie Hislop out on the right. With a shot way too easy for Harrison. At chest height, that's going to be so comfortable for him. And again, time is ticking away and this game looks pretty much done and dusted. It's a goal kick for TNS, and this is surely how this final will finish. Yes, it will. TNS pick up a treble. We've lost 3 games on the bounce to them. And this is really, really unfair. I have nothing really to say right now. As that is just completely demoralising. So we've ended up winning nothing this season. We've ended up walking away with a big fat 0 when it comes to the trophy count. It's disappointing in comparison to last season, and it's really disappointing. But what I'll do is I'll wrap up this season with an end of season review, as I normally do. And we will still be doing 2 updates a season just because we didn't win the league this year doesn't mean I won't. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, even though it's pretty flat, pretty poor in terms of our performance and, you know, how the season ended. But I reckon we'll come back bigger, better and stronger next season. So until then, guys, until the end of season update, peace out.